So if you've been putting in hours and hours of training and still not seeing the results that you want, in today's video, I'm going to help you fix that. Because it sucks to see that star players stroll onto the pitch like she's just gotten out of bed and still cooks everyone while half asleep. And when you ask her for help, she says, "Hey, how did you get so good?" "Oh, you know, I've always had it in me." And yes, you hate that, and I know that because I hate it too. So let's get to it. First of all, you need to come to terms with the fact that as much as you want to be, you're not as good as her. So all those fancy skills that she's producing, you need to stop doing them for now. Because you might believe that if you can do a difficult skill, then the easy ones become a lot easier, but that's actually not how it works. You don't master the easy skills by forcing the difficult ones out of yourself, but instead the difficult ones become easier when you know how to do the fundamentals with your eyes closed. Take the around the world as an example. It's a mixture of not just ball control but also timing and coordination, all of which you won't be able to pull off if you don't have the basics down. And the worst part is, you keep trying like Sindri is about to show up and bless you with magical powers, and all of a sudden you'll be able to shock everyone with your footballing ability. Spoiler alert, he's not. And if there's any shocking that you're going to be doing, you're just going to be shocking everyone by showing them how bad you really are. Not to mention, you're just wasting valuable time. So here's what you need to do. There are 5 technical aspects in football: passing, shooting, dribbling, ball control, and heading. These are the 5 aspects that every Rainbow 3000 and Elastico 758 are built upon. If you want to be able to perform all those flashy skills out there, these are the 5 fundamentals you need to master. If you want a more in-depth video about this, check it out here. But as of now, this is what I'd say. Pick one technical skill that you want to master, and then pick one skill from there. Say you want to improve your dribbling, and specifically your body feint. Find a video on YouTube that teaches you how to do that and copy everything that the video tells you to do. This is not the part where you add your own spices and make your own tadka. This is the part where you go out there and do 1,000 reps of the same thing over and over again until you bore yourself out. Yes, I said 1,000 reps, and yes, I said to bore yourself out. You really didn't think you'd get away with 10 reps, did you? Did you? And make sure they are 1,000 correct repetitions. Because if you're shooting 10,000 balls with the wrong technique, you're just gonna get really good at shooting them really badly. Now that you've done that, your smart ass is probably thinking that you should go out there and master a different skill. And to you, I say, you are partially smart. You are right, because one skill alone isn't going to carry you throughout the entire 90 minutes. So you're going to have to use the method that you did with the body feint to master other skills out there too. And you're wrong, because assembling skills in your arsenal like how Kratos did with the 9 realms isn't going to do anything for you. You might have seen players on the touchline that are able to perform the Sombrero 984, but when come game time, they can't even execute a one-touch pass. And this is because they are stuck in eternal student hell. Because they keep trying something new every time, they never really master the one thing that they know, and they remain a student for life. The only way to get out of this hell is to ensure that your ability is not conditional. If you can perform a body feint against scones but you can't seem to do it in a game, that means your ability is conditional. You have practiced the skill in a very specific condition, and anything outside of that feels unnatural to you. So increase the speed of the drill, get a friend to try it on, do a body feint, and then turn around and pass the ball to a wall. Basically, start adding some tarka. Now once you can combine skills, you might think that it makes you a good player, and you'd be right.
Nice.
But you're not a great player because you're only limited to the number of skills that you know. Last year I was in Singapore for an individual training session. And in the first session itself, the coach said to me, "Amrit, you're trying too hard. You're trying to control everything and memorize the drill. You need to stop and let go." And needless to say, he was right. I was being too stiff and too rigid, just like Kratos when Atreus tells him to relax and have some fun. I was afraid to push the ball slightly further than I was used to, thinking that if I did, I might lose control of it. But I was actually holding myself back because I wasn't allowing myself to train at game speed. I was constantly thinking of what to do next, and this was slowing down my gameplay. The best players in the world, they don't think about executing the skill. It just comes out of them naturally. They've embodied it so well, it's not a decision that they have to make anymore. Activity in the prefrontal cortex, the area responsible for conscious decisions, dramatically decreases during performance. This then frees up their brain to look for other cues, such as when they're scanning or looking for a passing option. When you've memorized 300 skills, you're only limited to 300 skills. But when you don't memorize and you choose to embody them, now you have an infinite number of options because you're creating solutions on the fly. The point is to get so good that you go into flow when performing these skills. Hey, you've gotten really good. How did you do that? Oh, you know, I've always had it in me. Now, everything mentioned in this video will 10x the player that you already are. But going out there and running through the drills like Loki was running through Ironwood for the sake of the plot isn't necessarily the most effective way to do things. So if you want to get something out of every training session, check out this video right here.